the Acorn website, if you've been on it yet or not, it's just the Acorn Education's site where the whole institution's basically there with about what the partners, school partnerships, etc. On the home page, you're able to access the e-learning portal. This is just the home page, but where we're going to be focusing is the virtual school aspect. We've got a little icon there that gets whoever browses to the site now with learning and doing the virtual school, it's easy to find. So if we go to the virtual school button there in the menu, you will see this very simple page. We have Forest Village in this session now. So what I'm going to be doing throughout sort of the guide or the tour through the website and the virtual school is I'm going to look at showing you the Apex High, because we've actually built that all in the past week, and they're currently going through classes and they've tested the site and stuff so long. And here you will just click on whatever school you're doing or a part of or learning on, and on this page you are also able to log in. That will take you to a dashboard page where you will just log in with the details provided to you. And there's also a resources section. And we are recording all 5 sessions we're doing today, and we'll upload them to the website. If we go to that resources section, you'll see we've got sample courses, and I'm going to explain to you what the courses are shortly. And then we're also going to upload little user manuals and videos for you to watch those. So just to get some terminology out the way first. When you look at the word courses, the subjects of each grade is going to be set up in courses. And as an educator on the virtual school system, you are called an instructor or a tutor instructor. That's just the way that the online learning management system is set up. And your scholars or your learners are all called students, just in the system. So I'm going to run through, let's just go to the Forest Village School. So if you see this Forest Village page, we haven't finished setting it up yet because we're just gathering all our data still. But you'll see grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and grade R. But for you to get a clearer understanding of what this is all going to look like, we're going to go into Apex High School's school page. Here they've got 4 grades, grade 8, 9, 10, and 11. And when on this page, we've also got a timetable. That is how their day is laid out. Again, you can log in over there if you're a student or an instructor or a teacher. If you go into grade 8, you will then see these courses that are the subjects. And what the students have to do is they have to go and enroll in these subjects to show on their profile. Okie dokes. If you go to another grade, you will also see how their subjects are laid out, and each grade of your school will have this whole same system. Yours will be a bit more basic because it's a primary school. So if we, let's just give it, okay. So as educators or instructors, you've all received login details. I said in the previous session that you're welcome to try and do this on the side while we're running through it, but I think it's better if you can just play around, log into your account after this session, so you're not trying to multitask while we're showing you around on the website. So if we go to virtual school, you can log in underneath your school. On virtual school, you can also log in at the bottom there, or you could just go to My Classroom, which is the dashboard or your profile of where you're at, and you can log in there too. I'm going to very quickly log out from the previous session, sorry. So here I've got my details, and I'm going to copy those details over my username and my password, and I'm going to place them into that. I think it's a cool idea for you to, if you're going to be the only user on your workstation, your computer, or your cell phone, to just click remember me, then you're always logged in, so you don't have to re-log in every single time. Then you'll get to this dashboard section, which we are calling my classroom. And I just have to very quickly say, we are doing some fine tunings to the website today and tomorrow. So all of the details that you need to see when you're on each of these little sections will display in this negative space over there. For now, it is just showing at the bottom here while the system is upgrading. You will then have your own profile on this virtual school, and you are able to see your little details there. A previous attendee to the training session asked if you have to put your phone number in. No, you don't, because it's just some privacy stuff. If you want to edit any sections of your profile, like you want to update your name, if you got married or something like that, you're welcome to do that. You can just go to settings above logout, edit your name, add your phone number if you really want to. You can also include a biography so that students and parents can read a little bit more about you. And then also nice for you to upload a profile picture so that students can recognize you and not have to just read your name. We have taken photographs of all the educators at your school, and we will share a link where you can download that and you can use that photograph to upload to the virtual school, your virtual school profile, if you want to. But please find a cool photo of yourself to upload so that the students can recognize you easily. On the dashboard, we've now spoken about your profile. You will have a section where, as an educator, you will be assigned what courses you are going to be working on. That will be in your My Courses section. So you've also got a section there that's called Enrolled Courses. That is where students will see what courses, or actually their subjects, that they are enrolled in. So again, that section there will display there. Apologies for that. Then you will see the subjects that you are able to edit and add to, and the subjects that you are teaching your learners. The students will see that in their enrolled courses. What you can do is you can enroll in your own course so that you can see what it's going to look like. So I've enrolled in quite a few courses here just for the testing side of things, and I'm able to see what this looks like. If you go to a course or a subject, this is what it would basically look like. We're on Apex, one of Apex High's subjects, social sciences. Here we've got a description. Welcome to Apex, Virtual Apex. And there's some notices there, some Ruha messaging. And this is the layout of the subject. And there are lessons within that, and we'll go through that now. It's very cool. When you, I'm just getting my brain sorted, sorry guys. Okie dokes. So when the students receive their username and password, the first thing they have to do is to log in, just like you've logged in. Then they would need to go to the virtual school. This is now for the students or the parent of the student or the learners. They would go into their preferred, well, the school that they're in. We're going to go to Apex High quickly, excuse me, because they are in that school. What they would do is go to the grade that they are in. In grade 8, for instance, they are participating in all of the subjects. So what the students have to do is go and click on every single subject. And at the bottom of the subject's content, there's a button that will say Enroll now. Then I've now enrolled in the subject. I will go back to my grade. Go to the next subject. The primary school will have way less to do. And at the bottom of the page, I will go and enroll there as well. And repeat it until I've got all of my subjects. What the student will then see in their classroom, my classroom, is in the enrolled courses, they will see all of their subjects that they have enrolled in. Now, the cool thing about the virtual school is that you are able to communicate between educator and students, learners, scholars. So the next thing to do, the same way that the scholar or the parent has enrolled in all the courses, they will then just go to their message center. And then there's another profile section there. Here you will see your different subjects called like in groups. And you are able to communicate to your class teacher, the subject teacher or the course teacher that's part of that group. So the whole class will have its own group where they can all communicate together. In that group, you'll also be able to see your attendance. I'm going to explain to you now. But before you will see all of that, you go to a groups button there, and if you want to join a subject we're going to call the subject demonstration group, I'm able to go to all groups there. This will list all of the groups of all of the subjects on the whole virtual school system of all 3 schools. So it's going to be a very long list to go through, but what you can do is, as you've enrolled in your subject or your course, you're able to go to there, to the search function, and we're going to search now for the demonstration group subject. And there the search easily pops up there, and all I would need to do is press the button join group. So I've then joined that classes group or that subjects group. If you go back to your message center, you will then see that those groups have appeared in your group section. As a student or the parent navigating through this, what you would do in the mornings or whenever you start your class for that specific, say for instance, we're starting grade 8 mathematics, I would just say to mark my attendance so that you as the educator can mark the students, the learners' attendance on however you would mark your attendance in the classroom. We have instructed the students in a picture story to say my name and I am present. That sort of, that guideline stops the student from going, hello teacher, or ahoy mister, or this or that, or any funny types of languages. And then you would just post that little update, and that is what you will then see as the educator in the group that you're also participating in. Your group, let me just see if I'm on track here. Yes. Your group, you can also click on that group name and you're able to manage the group. In the group, there are settings like photos, cover images, all sorts of stuff. You can also see that all of the members in the group, everyone who has, for instance, joined. So here on this grade 8 mathematics group for that subject, you can see all of the class folks that's part of that group. What you'll also be able to see is if you as the educator want to send a message from your profile as soon as you've updated a lesson, or if a user has started a quiz, etc. That could be a little bit too much, so you can go play around with your settings there. I'm going to open up very quickly for like a 1-minute question and answer session. Does anyone have a question? Okay. Okay, cool. So we're going to now talk about how to edit your subject or your course as an instructor. If you go to your classroom, like I said earlier on, you are able to see your courses or subjects in your classroom. When you view your courses like this, you'll see them all in a list because you'll have many of them assigned to your profile. You can then click on edit, and then you will see how you can build your course in your little backend. I want to show you how this looks like first, so that you can understand what the front of the course looks like and what a student would see. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a sample course here. It's called Subject Demonstration. This is the heading, and this is going to be relevant when I show you what it looks like in the backend when you're building it or uploading your content. This is the description area. And here, for instance, we've got a message that we've placed on every single subject that educators don't have to change at all. Some of their subjects have an extra piece of description that kind of summarizes the subjects. Say, for instance, geography. This is what the geography subject entails for this year, blah, blah, blah. That is not necessary. Then you've got your course page section. And there are different sections here that we have structured, that you've got topics, and you can separate weeks. So you've got a week 1, for instance. This is all your content for week 1. Then you've got week 2, for instance, that's got no content. And you can break up your subject in these kind of ways. The most popular method of doing this has been by separating content in weeks. On this course or subject page, you can also see about the instructor, who is the educator. And this is here where you will be able to see that your biography, if you've placed one in your profile picture and stuff. Some of the subjects will have more than one instructor because there will be collaborations on those. So if you go into a lesson, for instance, this is what it's going to look like when you're completing the lesson. So it opens up in your, or almost like a lesson book almost. And then you're able to browse through your lessons. There's a video that you're able to view. There's a lesson 1 on Monday. And there's some content, cool content. And I'm going to show you how to do all of this right now. And we've also got a quiz. And the quiz is very cool because you've got different methods of asking the users or the learners questions. So this is an example quiz. We're now going to go back to our dashboard section where we have selected to add content or lessons to your subject or course. Is everyone okay with understanding that the instructor is the educator or the teacher, the student is the learner, scholar, and that the course is the subject. Cool. So just like I said here with your heading, oh, sorry, this you go there. Okay, so this is your heading there. We are setting up all of these subjects or courses on the educator's behalf. So you never have to set up a course, create a course. You've just got to go and add content or lessons or quizzes to those courses. So the title of the course, you'd never have to edit, because that is how the learners and the educators are recognizing the course. So don't ever change your subject title. And the description as well, depending on how the school would want to lay that out. Here is a message from Apex High School, for instance, that we've done a Ruha messaging there that's giving some good vibes. And on another course as well, we've got a section there that's showing how to add the groups and the messaging. So this description, you never have to edit. What we have allowed for on these descriptions is for you to give your summary of the course subject. You can go and add to that. Here you've got course settings. This buddy press groups situation is what group has been assigned to the subject or the course. So just like I added earlier here, that I've got this, I have got that subject demonstration group, like in your My Group section on your messaging center. This group over here, this group has been assigned to this subject. And we will do that as well. So you don't have to worry about that. This is important so that any information like you've updated your lessons or your course, that automatically gets posted, just like I showed you in the settings earlier with what gets posted to the group. And as like there's a choose a category here. This is also important not to go and edit information there, because the category of the course has been assigned to a specific school within a specific grade. If that changes, that subject gets kicked out of that category in the certain viewing structures of the website. The same with the thumbnail. You don't have to edit that because there's a certain style aesthetic that we're going through. Please don't edit that. But what you are going to be editing, also not the video section, what you are going to be editing is the course builder. I'll come back to that. The instructors, these are the educators that has access to editing this course or subject. And there's a lot of extra stuff here that you can do that's not very necessary. What you can do as well is create an announcement by saying next week's class starts at . If you post an announcement like that, it will go to the content of the course on the front end that the student will see, and I'll show you where that pops up now. So we now have to go over to creating those topics I spoke of, how we lay out those weeks, etc. So in the course builder, and this is where I'm going to start going a little bit slower. In the course builder, there's a function called topics. The topics allows for you to create certain little sections in the groups. In your actual course or your subject. Like I said earlier on, you're able to create topics and call it week 1, week 2, or however you want to divide your subject up. The most popular has been working with weeks. So you can count how many weeks are down of the lockdown. If you create a new topic and let's call it week 3, you can add a summary there. Let's do this. And you add the topic. And then it pops up there and you're easily able to move that around. Just like that. So you can actually very easily restructure your layout there. If you click on a week that's already got content on, you will see all the content you've added there. I just want to add something into our new week 3 that we've created. So week 3 will pop up 3 little boxes here that says create a new lesson, add a topic quiz, or create assignments. We're going to go through all 3 of those right now. If you add a new lesson, a box will pop up and you're able to give this lesson a title. And in this lesson, you can put content that lesson structures that you've prepped beforehand, and you can place content here. For this lesson, like before, I said that you shouldn't update your whole subject's feature image. Here you can update your feature image. It'll just pop up a little image on the side. Just like there, where you will see in the front end of there's a little icon there that says it's a video. There'll be a little feature image there that shows almost like what your lesson's about. I'm going to, so this is what it looks like when you're in when you're adding a lesson to your topic. But what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go to week 1 and I'm going to go through content we've already created so that it goes a little bit quicker so that I don't have to come up with new content. When you've done sort of uploading your content, there's a little option here called Enable Course Preview. What happens is in the front of the course, you'll see little locks there, and that stops a person who has not enrolled in the course, or if you haven't gotten to that point yet in the course where you want to do that course, that it locks the content from being viewed. And you can decide whether to enable that to be seen or not. So each of those you can set onto a little lock mode or not. Let's update that lesson and it will now appear in your week. Okay, so let's go to week number 1. Here we've done a feature video set in a lesson. So we just added a new lesson there and we're calling this video set as feature video. This is a video lesson. What we're going to do with adding videos to the courses is we're going to embed a video to the lesson. And you will select your video source there. You've got different methods of telling the lesson how to add a video. And you'll just click on the embedded section. If you go to, oh, my internet's so slow. Okay. If you go to YouTube, each school is going to have their own YouTube channel, and we're going to give you a guide on how to upload a video to the YouTube channel of Forest Village. For instance, I'm going to go onto the Apex High video YouTube channel now, and then I'm able to go to my channel, see. Sorry guys, my internet's struggling a bit, that's why I'm glitching. You'll be able to see different lists here that is called, or playlist that is sort of categorized according to grades. So we'll create that for you And all you do when you upload your video there, when you've logged into that account, you create a new video and you just tell it what playlist to add it to. Let's quickly go to a grade 11 video, for instance, and we're going to grab the embedding code. It sounds quite daunting, but it's not that hectic. If you have any video that you want to share into a lesson on YouTube, any video at all, you go to that share button over there, just like you would share something to Facebook. A window will pop up and you will first see this embed option. You would click that little option there. A very scary code thingamabob pops up on the side there. You will just copy that over by copying like that, or saying Control-C for copy, and you will go back to your lesson there, and you will just paste it in there. And all you have to do is update lesson. Now what will happen is that video will show as part of your content in the front of the lesson, just like that, which is pretty cool. Does anyone have any questions? No. Now we're going to go and edit another lesson we've done. Instead of doing a video, we have added a PDF to this lesson. I've called this lesson, this session's content. I have created a description or content within this lesson called, we're going to open this PDF and keep it open in another tab to keep referring back to it to stay on track with time. And this is the PDF that's online right now. What this lesson looks like on the front end. It looks like this. So you've done your little bit of a caption there that shows there. And you can again upload a feature image. We're not doing a video now, so you just keep that blank, And all we do is it would give you an option there of going upload attachment. You would select a file from your folder structure there, like there it is there. But I've actually, and I can just select that. I've already uploaded it to the media library of the website, and I can easily refer back to it. And that's where I can find that. I can use that media. And I'm enabling this course preview because then anyone can see it who has the course enrolled to them. I'll update that lesson. And this is what it looks like on the front end. If you want to open that, I always do an open a new tab. And then you'll be able to see the PDF pop up like that. And you can really add any kind of PDF to it. If you have a PowerPoint slideshow that you've produced, and you can export it as a PDF, and your PDF can have any amount of pages in it. We just have to be careful with sizing of it in megabytes so that it doesn't char everyone's data, the free data that gets assigned to the website. We are now going to an exciting part of the course builder, and it's called adding a topic quiz. So if I add a topic quiz there, I will be able to, again, add my title of this quiz, and I'm going to give a little bit of a summary or a description there. I'm going to go to our existing one so you can see a pre-layout that I've worked on in preparation. Let's go to our test quiz. So there I've already inputted our details there. I'll go to save and next. Then when you start fresh, you won't see any of this. Then you'll just add a question, and you'll give your question a title. So you will ask the question, asking a question. And then you've got very cool question types here. You've got true and false, single choice, multiple choice, fill in the blanks, open-ended essay, which I think we should use as the assignments. And then you've got short answers, image answering, matching. So you can really be quite creative within it. I'm going to exit this one setup and show you how we've done that. So here we did a, is the sky blue, true and false question. If you've created one already, you can very easily delete it, or you can just go click on the pencil to edit it. You can also at any point change your question type to go and edit it. You can also make it the answer is required, and you can assign points to the specific question. Again, you can add more details here. And all I would do here is I would add an option by selecting true or false. I would save the answer, but seeing as I've already got those two there, I can easily delete them. Let's quickly add a true question there. And I've just updated it for me. The question is the sky blue? We're going to set it as true. If it was a false question, I would just click on the false option. But it's true, so I'm going to save and continue. And that's a very basic true or false question. Here we've got a single choice question, and we've asked, what shape is a circle? And I've selected the type of question I want there. The answer is most certainly required. The point I'm giving to this question or answer is 1. I can add a description if I want. Now, just like I've added the false or the true options in the previous question, I can add an option. I can easily add an option, not triangular. And I can save the answer. You saw that there's an image option box there, and we'll get to that in the next one. Then I've got all my options here. I can select any option that I need it to be the answer. And in this case is what shape is a circle. We're going to go for the answer called round, and I can then save and continue. I can also go back and edit. So here is an answer that I picked up a spelling mistake on. And I can just easily go edit it instantly. As you update the answer, if you had to save and continue and you close this box and you say publish course, all of those changes are instantly made on the system. So now we're going to go for what does a cat look like? We're going to edit that one or create it. All you do is you create your question there. You select question type. You select what kind of question you want, what points you want there. You can even display the points, which is very cool. You'll add a description. Here we've said select the image below. That is the correct answer to the question. And just like we added those answers earlier, I can put another title here. And all I would do, I would click that image, and I would then select another option. Let's use someone else's cool resource there. I can choose if I want to display only the text, which is that, only the image, which is that, or I can display both, which is that and that. I can save that answer, but the question saying, what does a cat look like? Here we've got a kitty cat option that we've already preloaded. Let's take out the cat answer, and I'm going to say only an image. We've loaded the cat up, update the answer, and we've in fact right over there ticked that that is the correct answer. We save and continue, and that is that answer done. There's another cool one that we can do is filling in the blanks. You would create your question title there, or the previous methods that we've done. We can add this is how this works. Okay, so say for instance, we've got you want the student to complete the following sentence. My name is Sunny. That's a cool name. So I want the teacher the learner or student to replace the word name. So here it says, please make sure to use the dash variable. So all you would do, you would take that, and that is for the website to know that that is going to be basically a filling in box that I'll show you in the front end now. You want the student to fill in the blank. So then they would type in name there. Sorry. I'm doing these tests over and over. Okay. So that is then what you want this name to look like. Oh, that question. And then you would need to tell the system that the correct answer there would be name. And you can save the answer, and there we go. I see here that you cannot. Yeah, so there's your question sorted there. And these ones are all blank ones, so I'm going to delete that. See how easily you delete. Try to not easily delete anything. So if you're very, very sure, press the delete button. We've had a few cases in the past week where, while we're all still learning the system, where a educator or an instructor accidentally deleted a whole course. If that happens, don't have a complete meltdown. That goes into a trash section on our website's backend. Just send us a support message on our relevant groups, and we'll make sure that we put it back for you. You can go to next. So in this set of questions here, is the sky blue, what shape, what is a cat, and fill in the blanks. You've got a time limit you can set that you can give to your learner. And there you can see 5 minutes. I've just opened up this, this quiz section, so now I'm being counted down. It's literally running live, which is quite cool. You can also set how many attempts is allowed for the student to retry the answers. Strict teachers like yourselves, you'll put 1, but then if they make a mistake on the system that we're all still, that they're still learning, it could be a bit daunting. So maybe be a little bit lenient with them, that they can go back and recheck their answers, but that's really up to you. You can also set up a passing grade. So if they got half the amount of questions right, obviously 50% would be the passing grade, and max questions allowed to answer, just make it a high number so that you don't have 100 questions. Sorry, don't make it a funny amount, like you've got 5 questions out, but you only say 2 questions. They've just got to edit all the questions. So keep it at 100, for instance, or an infinite amount. Let's save that, and then it updates. So you've saved it, then you can go out. Then you want to now update that before they start the lesson. You can just go to publish course. Are there any questions regarding the questions? Or the course builder? Before I go over to the assignment. You guys are such a quiet class.
Ricardo?
Yes.
Ricardo, maybe just a question that was asked earlier with regards to which format would be better, using the PowerPoint and the videos, and the size of the video that can be uploaded. I think it had to do with the section where you showed us the embedded part. Just if you could just talk around that a little bit.
Okay, so we have the cell phone service providers. We're working on going data free with the website, but there will be a basically a sort of megabyte threshold that, let's use an example of 50 megabytes. So the students will have 50 megabytes per day assigned to them to go and browse on the website for free, basically. So we have to be very careful with uploading videos that are too big. And before we kind of really know exactly how to measure the site with, if a student had to do, say, 3 or 4 different courses, we need to figure out how to direct the educators into making a video a certain amount. So say, for instance, your video, or certain size, sorry, say your video is 100 megs, and we've only got 50 megs assigned to a student per day. That threshold of data is going to run out very quickly. So my personal opinion with videos is that I think it's really cool to post the videos, and I think it's cool to do selfie videos, like of you doing a class or whatever, but I think keep it short. I think what you're asking, Wendy, is the sizing of the videos when you're talking about the embedding code. So if we go to this section here, you can play around with saying how big this, or what the ratio in size should be with the video. So here, if we go to that, sorry, wait. If we go to the video one there. So this video is shown as a certain sort of size. Usually if you play the video, you can also go to the settings there, and then the quality is also preset there. We need to look at the upload settings of making it sort of a very low quality, but so that it's a smaller size. The trick I have again with that, because it's always a give and take. So lower the quality of something so that you can view more, but then you can't necessarily see all the details on, say, for instance, words in a PowerPoint video, for instance. So what I would do is in the lessons with that, and there again, you can make that 200 by 300. Let's quickly edit that lesson and see what it does to the front end of it. What I would do with sort of slideshows and stuff, because it's easy to make a nice slideshow and then you say, I'll just make it a video. But the thing with video is that every single frame has a lot of data it's trying to give the viewer. So just like we've got a PDF here, the PDF has a certain amount of pages, and it's a much less sort of size. So just like we uploaded the video there, you can, in your lesson structure here, I was going to get to it, you can upload your PDF. And in your PDF, you can put like voice notes, and we'll also do a guide on that. Between with our support team, we're just figuring out as well how best to, what's the sort of easiest way to do that. So you can, is that what you're asking, Wendy? Sorry, you're unmuted?
Sorry, yes, that is.
Okay, cool, great. So we're going to do video tutorials and guides on what's the best way that we found for you to add voice notes or video content into your PDFs. But I would be quite sort of on the slower side with adding a whole bunch of videos to your courses, because we have to be aware of the data usage of the learners, which is quite a big challenge. So if we go to assignments now, so we've done the quiz. I'm going to run through what it's going to be like for a student to go through a full course or a full week's worth of lessons and quizzes and assignments there now. I just want to show you how to create an assignment. So you would just create assignment there. You would then have your box opening up. You would, as with almost basically everything, have your title, And then here in your lesson structure, you would add the directions for what they have to do. In the front end of the assignment, they would have a box. So here we would say, write down the following sentence, cool stuff. And all I would have is, I've already done this exercise. Sorry, let me just quickly create a new one to demonstrate to you. So that's an assignment. Write down, I love cats. And the time duration is, say, 2 hours, whatever. I'm going to give you 10 points for doing that, Sally. And I can also submit a PDF or an image for the teacher to mark, depending on what you want the student to do. I would publish that course. I'm going to refresh this page and give it a second. Then we can go do that assignment, which is where? Okay, sorry. Assignments. I'm going to run through all of that now. So we'll just start the assignment. Okay, so that's creating lesson content, topic quizzes, and also an assignment. And you can do that within each within each new topic. So you can create your topics, your weeks, and that's how you basically build your course. We will then publish our course like we did already. And then as a student, when the student or the learner wants to go and do their course, they will go to their classroom, which is called My Classroom or the dashboard, and they will then go to enrolled courses. They will go to the subject of their choice, of course, after they've noted their attendance in their subject group. And let's do this content quick sticks. I'm running out of time. Okay, so the quiz, they would very easily and simply start a quiz if they get to that point. And let's run through these quickly. Is the sky blue? Marks 1. Add more details here. True. What does a cat look like? We very simply just click on the cat. Let's fill in the blanks. My name is Sunny. What shape is a circle? It is round. If it's not round, we'll get a negative mark. Let's do I'm an overachiever at times, so I'm going to not select the right answer. I'm going to submit my quiz. Boom, I feel so clever. And then I will be able to see my answers. I'm going to show you as the educator where to find these results next. But before I want to do that, I'm going to finish that assignment we just created. And this is write down I love cats. We're going to start the assignment as the student. And I'm going to write my essay or my answers down. I love cats, with a lot of explanation points, which is not a good practice. You can also upload a file. So select a file from your photo library. Let's say, let's send that photograph to the teacher. Boom, 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 submit assignment. And I've just done that. So that is the student actually submitting work back to you as the educator, instructor, or teacher. As the educator, you would exit your course there. You will now on your dashboard see a section where you've got quiz attempts. The learner can see their quiz attempts there. So I've just done a quiz and I'll be able to see what my results are here of what the website knows is correct or wrong. So as the educator, you will go to quiz attempts, and then you can see just 2 minutes ago as a student, I have done a quiz, and then you can go and review the work. I would recommend that you keep a sort of a manual system of marking your students' marks and results down on your system as you would often or regularly in your school system or classroom teaching system. And then you've always got your own record. Here I can see the quiz overview. So the first question, given answer is true, the system says it's correct. You can manually review that. So you can go, that is correct. You don't have to say anything. The system will just update what the answer is. Which is quite cool there. So now, what shape is a circle, not round? If you want to go, say I did connect, if you want to give this mark to the learner, you can override what this answer is, and you can say the answer is in fact correct. And which looks very weird there. But you can override and manually review what the student has done. With the assignments, as the educator, you go to assignments, and you will see that I have now, as a student, submitted work a few minutes ago. I would go into that. So the result is still pending because you as the educator or the instructor you've got to manually go and mark this work now. So this student has given their answer, I love cats. Your mark is set out of 10 that you've manually set. I do not approve of 5 question marks in one go. So I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10. Let me see what your image is. It's going to open up in a new browser. Oh, that's very cool. It's a picture of cats. And then you can write a note to the student saying, well done, only 1 exclamation point. Thanks. And you can evaluate this submission, and you've given the student 7 out of 10, which is still not bad. The student, if we refresh this, if they go onto that assignments page, they will see that I, as a student, have just received 7 points for this. I've passed because you've set what the pass grade is. I can see what my answer was and that the file I've uploaded, and also the instructor, who's the educator, I can see here that the teacher said, oh, well done, only 1 explanation point, thanks. It's like, okay, cool. So I've gotten 7 out of 10 there. Then that is how you have basically completed a whole upload of your lessons on your courses, and how a student has submitted work that you have set out for them to do, and as an assignment type task, and how you've marked it. I would just, keep all of these marks on your own system as well, just so that you can kind of continue to work in your same brain method as you have before. This is just changing it from in-person contact to a virtual contact. So let me just see if I've completed everything. Yes. What we are doing is, I think I've mentioned it before, we're recording all of these 5 sessions we're doing today with all the educators, and we'll make them live on the website as well for you to refer back to them. Are there any questions, guys?
Yes, please. I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
The first one is, did you say in the beginning that there's a PowerPoint template that we use?
Not a template as such. I have a template I use for Acorn related user manuals, if that's what you mean. What kind of template do you have in mind for the sort of the sizing of it?
No, I was just thinking that maybe, mostly the sizing. I was just thinking maybe you have a specific size or
on a general guideline of working with like a landscape A4. You've also got to bear in mind how a student would mostly view content on their phones, which is portrait. So I would, obviously, if you've got a video, the videos online generally work in a landscape format. Even if you've got a portrait video that looks like that, you will still see it in the YouTube box as a landscape video, because that's the orientation of general computer screens. But I would probably set up your PDFs or PowerPoints as an A4 size, because it'll just go to the screen size, but as a portrait, actually. That's what my logic is saying. So just do that, I think, and then just go with your own style that you want to go with.
Okay, and then size-wise?
I would just go with A4. For the sake of you using the content in the future again, because you're going to be reworking a lot of your content potentially, I'm not sure. Just stick with A4 because it's a good ratio. It's that sort of elongulated fashion, like an A4. And maybe just do it on a portrait way so that it fits nicely on a computer's screen like that.
Okay, what I mean by size is the size of the file, the actual...
Sorry. We are going to communicate what size limit the threshold of download size is for the students every day. For a file like this, like I don't think bigger than like 2 megs. A video can go from anywhere from 10 to 20 to even more sometimes. I just did this, this PDF I have here. I'm just going to try and find the actual file. That PDF is, because I've exported it as a optimized for web view, it's only 94 kilobytes. So it's super duper duper small. So the difference between you having a slideshow in a PDF format that you've exported on from your PowerPoint versus a video that's now moving images and sound and everything included is that a PDF stores all of this information as vector text. So you can actually, and this is very, very, very small in size comparison to pixels having to be transmitted through the airwaves. So this is a very small way of doing a good sharp layout. So I would...
Ricardo, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say you can save the PowerPoint as a PDF. Am I understanding this correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then just one more question. The best way to record a video, or the best, what would you suggest we use? Zoom, whatever, to record a video that will give you the smallest megs as well?
Look, I think that every there are so many methods of doing it. How I would personally record a video is, say for instance, I'm doing on my phone now, I'm going to record a video, and then because that's the most sort of mobile thing you can use to record a video, you can also do it on your webcam on your screen. If you record the video and go to, say for instance, the YouTube app on your phone, you can log in with those details and then just upload that. We need to find the best, the most productive method of and easiest way for an educator to upload a video with the smallest kind of size. So we're still like frantically doing that research.
Okay.
Because there's so many different platforms as well. I would just personally upload my videos straight from my phone onto the YouTube app or from your computer onto the YouTube website and do that embedding system. But we've got to be careful with the size.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Ricardo, my question is, how do I monitor the amount of learners that have actually completed or have logged on for the week and done the different tests and assignments?
So when you go to, let's just go there to the site. On your dashboard, you will see your quiz attempts. And I think after every lesson, when you've got your, I don't want to say how you should work with your system, but when you've done your attendance and the students have done their quiz attempts, you will see all the learners' names there and with their results. and you will be able to, okay, I don't actually have a next page option here now because I haven't done so many, but all of your quiz attempts from your students will sit in this list of like a database basically. But on a daily basis, what I would do is I would mark the process of the students as you would in your class, in your old system, as you did in your actual class physically anyways, and just keep track of their work as well like that in your assignments. Does that answer the question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Cool, man. Anything else, guys? Denise is cracking herself up there.
Where will we where will we find the recordings of today's sessions?
Okay, so as soon as we've got them all nicely organized on the website there, sorry, move that guy out the way. On the virtual school page, there's a section at the bottom that's called, go into the resources section. And if you click on that button there, we're going to have, like this sample course we've just worked on today. You are more than welcome to go and do those tests, and you can assign you as an instructor, and you can go play around on that. Maybe just give us till the end of the day until we've finished all of the sessions today, and then we can assign you as instructors to those courses, and you can go whoosh there. Just go and add quizzes and go crazy. Or what I can do is I can say new instructors to play around on. So I'll actually make a course for you all to play on today. What we're also going to do is we're going to save video resources at the bottom here, and you'll be able to link through every lesson that we've done. So you'll see the lesson you were on, etc., etc. And as I go through every session, I've got something else I might mention that I forgot in the previous one, etc. That's more questions.
Sorry, there's also going to be a WhatsApp group set up specifically for your school support. And we'll do those throughout the course of the day. So as you're playing over the weekend, you're more than welcome to ping through any questions that you have, and we will sort of guide you as best as we can. We're learning the system with you, so very often we need a little bit of time to come back to you. But those WhatsApp support groups are there, and you're welcome to ping any question through any time. Okay.
Anything else, guys?
Nope.
I don't know. How many were we now? 12. Cool. Okay. How are you guys finding this whole, like, this is how we're doing stuff for the next few weeks? It's insane.
Yes, insane. Very cool. And it's exciting to
I think
I'm a little bit concerned about the kids using this website though. Will they be able to? How are we going to sort of train them?
Did I say in this session now or the previous one? I think you've got to also go onto the website on your phone for you to see what the
Yes.
Subjects look like.
Yes.
During this past week, some of the Apex High teachers actually did phone, just like we're recording this session now, they've actually done little recordings on their phone. So it records the phone screen, and they started to share that amongst each other with their students, which was like, oh, that's really so cool. We didn't even think about that yet while we're building this cool website. So we're going to start to share as much information and tutorials and videos and picture stories on how to do this on this very resource page as possible. And we have found that I think we underestimate how clever kids are. So as soon as they get past, I don't know, I'm not an educator, but as soon as they get past okay, how do I use this thing? And then they go, oh, it becomes completely natural. So
They're
once
fearless. They're not afraid of making a mistake. We tend to be worried
Yes.
about breaking it, but children are fearless. They press the buttons. I think they navigate well. My daughter's been navigating her way through a Chromebook over the past 3 days for the first time in Google Classrooms, and I'm blown away. You know, she's already showing me stuff. So I think they navigate quickly.
it's that typical
Yeah, you're
case.
right.
When I was young, my parents always said, "How do you know this technology stuff?" Like this at the age of 11. Oh my word! And now the kids are doing it at like 6.
Yeah.
It's like the weirdest phenomenon. So
No, you're right.
I think it is very daunting for us as adults, and then also some of the kids I think are going to have serious wobbles. But I think we just have to take it every step of the way and just cross
Okay. So there will be tutorials going around, small videos
and
Small videos, we're going to help them and obviously strip back the website as much as possible and simplify it, you know. So if we find that there are too many steps, if we can eliminate some of those steps, we're definitely trying to make sure that we get them to their classes as quickly as possible and eliminate as much anxiety in getting there.
Okay, cool. That's great. Thanks.
A lot of this tutorial now was about how to actually also set up your classes, which is like very daunting as an educator to do. Your first class or two might be like very like brain breaking, but also in this tutorial now, the students had to go and assign the subjects to themselves and now the groups. But once that setup is done, it's just a daily, every subject check-in every single time. So it becomes a repetitive action. So the initial setup of a few minutes or an hour or so will be quite.
And for the primary schools, it's going to be a lot less. You know, they're sort of in one single classroom with much fewer courses. We've set this up at the high school, and they're managing, and they've got way more courses and a lot more choice to navigate through. So
support groups are going quieter.
Okay. Hmm?
And the support groups are going quieter.
Ah,
yes, today's been quiet.
But it's also a no school day.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Just shout if there's anything. We're going to set up those WhatsApp groups
later. We'll set up the
on.
WhatsApp groups, and you're more than welcome, as and when you're working. So we are after hours as well, because we understand that a lot of the time you're needing to do those classes after hours. So shout when you need anything.
Thanks, guys, and well done.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.